شكرا يا ربي شكرا.
And we start Surah Hud. It's also revealed in Makkah. It's 123 ayahs. And the surah in brief is the subject discussed here is the invitation towards Tawheed. Again, the purpose of the revelation of the book is to perfect the Tawheed that we have and seeking forgiveness for previous omissions that we had. That's the purpose. That how can we bring our faith in the Tawheed, in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? This is coming over and over and over. Why is this so important? Why is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning this over and over in the Quran? Because it's our core belief that Allah is the one who does. If we don't believe in the Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we're gonna run around like a chicken with his head cut off. We're gonna go and bang our heads on pillars to post. We're not gonna know what to do because we're running after the things that can't help, that can't benefit, neither harm. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do this. So over and over we're talking about this Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah Hud it mentions the refuters of Tawheed do not understand divine mercy to be the actual means of dismissing the adversities, but consider it to be something coincidental. So when this Tawheed is presented to them, they don't think that with this Tawheed, with this oneness of Allah subhanahu, this belief, a person can actually get divine help and they can be saved and they can be taken care of. They don't believe this. They believe that this is a coincidence. They believe that this is just happening by chance. Now, these refuters, they evade the obedience of the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in the process they devise many schemes to achieve this. This is the reason for their failure. The people of Tawheed, on the other hand, will get the upper hand and succeed. Mention is made of the visitation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, again his invitation towards Tawheed. Long, many ayahs here again about the detailed journey of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam and what happened, and when he called the people towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's ajib how these people could وَأُوحِيَ إِلَى نُوحٍ أَنَّهُ لَا يُؤْمِنَ مِنْ قَوْمِكَ إِلَّا مَنْ قَدْ آمَنَ فَلَا تَبْتَئِسْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَفْعَلُونَ وَاصْنَعِ الْفُلْكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا وَوَحْيِنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finally tells them, what? These people are not going to listen to you. Build an ark and then bring whoever comes with you, and that's it. They will be saved. And even then, وَيَصْنَعُ الْفُلْكَ وَكُلَّمَا مَرَّ عَلَيْهِ مَلَأٌ مِنْ قَوْمٍ سَخِرُوا مِنْهُ. Even after he built the ark, people started making fun of him. People started looking at him weird. People started to make every time they would pass by him, they would mock him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَسَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ مَنْ يَأْتِيهِ عَذَابٌ يُخْزِيهِ وَيَحِلُّ عَلَيْهِ عَذَابٌ مُقِيمٌ حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا وَفَارَتِ النُّورُ قُلْ نَحْمِلُ فِيهَا مِنْ كُلٍّ زَوْجَيْنِ اثْنَيْنِ وَأَهْلَكَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَبَقَ عَلَيْهِ الْقَوْلُ وَمَنْ آمَنَ وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ وَقَالَ ارْكَبُوا فِيهَا بِسْمِ اللَّهِ مَجْرَاهَا وَمُرْسَاهَا إِنَّ رَبِّي لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Now the whole story is here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Nuh alayhi salam that you do your thing. They will laugh at you. It's okay. No worries. You take two of each. In pairs. And you embark on this ark that you built. And don't worry. Even his own son could not be saved. He said, Ya bunayya irkab ma'ana wa la takum ma'al kafirin. Oh my dear son, come with us. Don't be among the ones who deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what happens? قال سآوي إلى جبل يعصمني من الماء قال لا عاصم اليوم من أمر الله إلا من رحم حال بينهما الموج فكان من المغرقين. Then he said, what? I'm going to go on top of the mountain and I'm going to save myself. But what happened? Eventually, obviously, nobody could be saved because this was the adhab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that was coming, and the Prophet Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam knew this, so he tried to help him, but it didn't work. His own son drowned and he died. فَكَانَ مِنَ الْمُغْرَقِينَ. So this also is mentioned here. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentions the people of Thamud. وَإِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first mentions the people of Ad. وَإِلَى عَادٍ أَخَاهُمْ هُودًا. Hud alayhi salatu wasalam was sent to Ad. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا مُفْتَرُونَ. Same thing. We don't want anything from you. وَيَا قَوْمِ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِنْ أَجْرِيَ إِلَّا عَلَى الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. We don't ask you of any reward. We don't want any remuneration. We don't want any help. We don't want nothing in return. Just obey the oneness. Just follow the oneness of Allah. Just accept Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your divine Lord, as your creator, as your sustainer. This was the message. But what did they do? He even told them that if you do this, يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا وَيَزِدْكُمْ قُوَّةً إِلَى قُوَّتِكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help you. He will give you, blessings from the skies. He will take care of you. He will take you from strength to strength. They say what? مَا جِئْتَنَا بِبَيِّنَةٍ وَمَا نَحْنُ بِتَارِكِ آلِهَتِنَا وَمَا نَحْنُ لَكَ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. We're not going to leave the worship of our lords. You can go, you can invite whatever you want, but we're not going to leave the worship of our lords. That was their situation. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions about Thamud. وَإِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا, like I mentioned earlier. That, again, same thing. يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ هُوَ أَنشَأَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ وَاسْتَعْمَرَكُم فِيهَا فَاسْتَغْفِرُوا ثُمَّ تُوبُوا إِلَيْهِ إِنَّ رَبِّي قَرِيبٌ. Then what did they say? قَالُوا يَا صَالِحُ قَدْ كُنتَ فِينَا مَرْجُوًّا قَبْلَ هَٰذَا تَنْهَانَا أَن نَّعْبُدَ مَا يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُنَا وَإِنَّنَا لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّمَّا تَدْعُونَ إِلَيْهِ مُرِيبٍ. Our forefathers worshipped these idols and these gods. Are you telling us to leave this, O Salih? It's impossible. We're not going to just leave this. We don't believe in you. So this was the situation with them. They denied and denied. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the people of Lut alayhi salatu wasalam. Again, same thing. Again, the same thing. That when Lut alayhi salatu wasalam, he preached to his people, what happened? Same thing. فَلَمَّا ذَهَبَ عَنْ إِبْرَاهِيمَ الرَّأْوَ وَجَاءَتْهُ الْبُشْرَى يُجَادِلُونَ فِي قَوْمِ لُوطٍ. The story of Lut alayhi salatu wasalam, same thing. People, they didn't listen to the warning. When Lut alayhi salatu wasalam, what did they say? قَالُوا يَا لُوطُ إِنَّ رُسُلُ رَبِّكَ لَنْ يَصِلُوا إِلَيْكَ فَأَسْرِ بِأَهْلِكَ بِقِطْعٍ مِنَ اللَّيْلِ وَلَا يَلْتَفِتْ مِنكُمْ أَحَدٌ إِلَّا امْرَأَتَكَ إِنَّهُ مُصِيبُهَا مَا أَصَابَهُمْ إِنَّ مَوْعِدَهُمُ الصُّبْحُ أَلَيْسَ الصُّبْحُ بِقَرِيبٍ فلما جاء أمرنا جعلنا عليها سافلها وأمطرنا عليه حجارة من سجيل منضود مسومة عند ربك وما هي من الظالمين ببعيد. He was told to leave, and he was, Lut alayhi salatu wasalam, after trying so hard, no success. Same thing, denial. Nobody wanted to follow. And the problem in Lut alayhi salatu wasalam's people was that they had the attractions towards the same gender, and this is something that is very common. And what was the punishment for them? Hijaratan min sijil, that they had stones from the sky coming down on them as a punishment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved this ummah. This is the practice that is happening today, very, very common in this ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about then the next people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Shuaib alayhi salatu wasalam. And again, Prophet Shuaib alayhi salatu wasalam, he also called people towards the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, he said, I don't want anything from you in return. But same thing, they said, we cannot. قالوا يا شعيب أصلاتك تأمرك أن نترك ما يعبد آباؤنا أو أن نفعل في أموالنا ما نشاء إنك لأنت الحليم الرشيد. قال يا قوم أرأيتم إن كنت على بينة من ربي ورزقني منه رزقا حسنا وما أريد أن أخالفكم إلى ما أنهاكم عنه. This whole story again is mentioned in this surah. All the prophets, they all came with the same message. Come towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they were rejected, all of them. Very few except. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentions, remember, the people will also raise their heads in objection to your da'wah, invitation of tawheed. So same thing will happen to people anybody who will stand up and will call towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will face the same adversities. They will face the same kind of opposition. People will come against them, people will tell them things. So this is supposed to happen. But you have to remain absorbed in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and place your reliance on Him. Thereafter, see if there is anything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would not be for you. If you put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَكُلًّا نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ مَا نُثَبِّتُ فِي فُؤَادَكَ وَجَاءَكَ فِي هَذِهِ الْحَقُّ وَمَوْعِظَةٌ وَذِكْرٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We're mentioning all these things so that we can strengthen you in your heart. مَا نُثَبِّتُ بِهِ فُؤَادَكَ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam all these stories were narrated to him, these situations were narrated to him so that it can strengthen him in his da'wah. That he was not alone. Everybody had to go through this similar thing. Obviously, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Udhitu fillahi ma lam yu'dha ahad." That I have been, the way I have been tortured and the way I suffered in the preaching of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nobody else has suffered this way. Nobody has gone through something like this as I have. So obviously our Prophet ﷺ went through much more. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He grants us the understanding of these verses that we have recited and we have tried to understand. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He blesses us with true tawheed, true understanding of the tawheed and the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that we leave this world with firm belief in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah accept all of us. Wa akhir da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.